Hey, I've got time to make one more video tonight, just one. So I was going to do my rivals hot takes, my Marvel rivals things that I think they're hot takes because anytime I see them, they typically get slam dunked. But I feel like have a lot of I feel like that they're not that wild of things to say, right? And I keep seeing Sniffy make YouTube shorts about this, and so I figured maybe I'd do it myself. First one, Black Panther does not need a buff. I know, it's wild, and I don't think he's strong. I don't think he's super strong, and doesn't need a buff. Or like if you buff him, he'll be way too strong. I think he's just unfun for the people you're playing against. You know, like how when Wolverine was fun, you just kind of can't play tank. If if Black Panther does get buffs without changing any part of his kit, just a flat like damage buff or speed buff, it just makes it very unfun because he already dashes really fast and he's hard to track, especially in lower ranks. When I'm playing like on my ult account, when I stream, I'm in gold right now. My supports are not able to track it. I'll see it, like I'll die and then BP will be in the back line. Or I've watched a video back to be like, okay, so what was wrong? I've watched one of the games back. What did I do wrong? I thought I played well. And then I go, oh, so I did play bad in a few of these cases, but there's kind of nothing I could have done without babysitting my supports. And since I'm solo tanking, I can't because my supports just couldn't hit him. Right, and so if you do a speed or damage buff or any sort of buff without reworking part of his kit, it just will make him super unfun to play against. Oppressive, especially in lower ranks, and so I don't think he needs a buff. I genuinely don't think he needs a buff. If he needs anything, it's a rework. Next, Spidey. Spider-Man doesn't need a buff. And this one is for a completely different reason, but also the same reason, right? I don't think he needs, again, it's like a flat buff. Because, like, what I think would be good for Spider-Man, a good buff for him would be giving him more web swings, so he has more ability to combo and things. Like, there's easy swing animation combos, but when I see people talk about them or they use them, they go, yeah, but you're wasting your escapes, and so there's no real point to use it. You're wasting your mobility. And so a good buff would be to give him more of those, but just flat increasing it would make him overpowered. And not because he'd be overpowered, because Spider-Man is one of the few characters in this game that I believe has a near infinite skill ceiling, right? He has a high skill floor and a near infinite skill ceiling. Like, you could play 200 hours on Spider-Man and still have room to improve. There's people who play Spider-Man so often that we're as if I play Spider-Man. I tried when the game first came out, but after the first hour I said I can't do this anymore. And I played Penny Parker because I love Spider-Man, and so I knew who Penny Parker was, and I went, oh my god, I'll just play the other Spider-Man character. And that's how I get stuck on tank. I say stuck. I do enjoy playing tank when I get to play the game. Wolverine, 12 CCs on the enemy team, solo tanking. But anyways, super high skill floor, incredibly high skill ceiling, to the point where I don't even think there is one. I think as the game progresses, we will find more, the community will find more and more techs and more different, so many more combos that you can use in different scenarios, to the point where if you want to be good and really good at Spider-Man, you're damn near almost forced to one-trick him, just so you can learn everything and be good at everything. You just have to put that many hours in. And so, I don't think he needs a buff. Any sort of flat buff you give Spider-Man, I feel will make him crazy good. Because the Spider-Man symbiote, right? The symbiote team-up was not super strong back then. Like, it was strong, it really helped him, it finished off a lot of his combos, but a lot of those combos were made around it. Now that we don't have it, and and the Spider-Man community has put so much time into finding other combos and other kills, that would kind of put him over the edge, in my opinion. There would be so many, there would be so many times where you have this combo and now you use that for the final kill. It would be so much better now just because of the amount of knowledge and the amount of skill it is. And even the Spider-Man players who aren't, because the rest of the community is evolving at the same time as they are. So as they get more combos, we find ways to stop them. So even in lower ranks, the Spider-Men aren't bad. They might be bad, but compared to when the game first launched, they're not bad. And so give them that. That's a flat buff. That's crazy. I think if Spider-Man gets any buff, it should be like anytime I'm going to call it popping, but he gets increased damage when he hits someone with a web tracer. Anytime he does that, it takes a fraction off of his web swings, so that way you get more web swings, and that would go with the Penny Parker team up very well, without being a flat bonus to his web swings, right? I think that is the only reasonable team up that I can think of for that. Next one. I think that me and I've seen other creators say this, but I haven't seen actual players who play this game say that they want this. Except one. We talked about it on, if you go watch the video I made, most recent video I made about tanks. Somebody said that in the comments, and I talked with them. Very productive talk. I think every single character in this game needs a massive nerf or a rework. Those characters that just need rework because they don't fit in the current scope of the game. The way the game plays right now, they do not have a place, and they need reworked. I'm against reworks because I think changing the core identity of a character is bad for your player base because there's people who play that character. Like, Hulk is bad. Hulk is not the best tank right now. Even with the newest buff they gave him where Monster Hulk can't be pushed and stuff, not a very good character to play. If you rework him and it makes him a better character, it does not matter because the vast majority of people who play Hulk will lose their character. End of story. People who played Jeff and they played Flanko Jeff, they have lost their character and they probably play Dive DPS now, but that character that they really, really enjoyed to play is no longer in the game. You can't do that on Jeff anymore. You can't do what Jeff did on pretty much any character. My next one is fuck Squirrel Girl. Fuck that rodent. And I know that's not really a hot take. That's like the most shallow, cold fucking take ever. But I keep people saying that the Squirrel Girl hate is so forced, right? It's not. And it's not even that she can kill me from across the map without looking. It's the fact that she does that much damage from across the map without looking. She has the lowest skill floor and the lowest skill ceiling. She does not take any skill. Sure, if you want to hit nuts, direct hits on everybody, just do that. But when I watched the Squirrel Girl tutorial video, they literally told me in that video, yeah, you're not maximizing your damage by doing. To maximize your damage, do not go for a direct hit, shoot at their feet. You will do pretty much the same damage. Higher chance of AoE spread, and you farm your ult faster because you're hitting more people most of the time. Genuinely, she is just a hold left click and farm. And the problem is, I think everything outside of her primary fire is really good character design. Her stun is really good and intuitive, while also bouncing around, and it's pretty hard to aim. At least it was, because I was like, oh, I can play Squirrel Girl, I'm really good at it. I was only getting value off of left click, because the rest of her kit is not the easiest to use. Her escape shoots her straight up, so just like Moon Knight, when I have to escape, I make myself super visible to the enemy team. A lot of what her kit is skill. Except her left click, which is the easiest fucking thing in the world. And when I die to a Squirrel Girl, right, if I die to a Thor, if I die to a Thor because I keep getting pushed into their team, I get mad at that too, because it's not, oh, I died. It's, oh my god, I died in the most bullshit way possible. Anybody could do that. I love Thor. I love my Thor mains. They're great. I love having a Thor on my team. But when I die to it, it's not hard to do. Especially after a lot of his reworks. It's not hard to do. You can keep yourself topped at full of your rune force. Of your hammer, of your runes. You can keep yourself full on your ammo and everything. It's not a super hard tech to do to pull people in and keep them there. And so it's infuriating when I die to it. The same way it's infuriating when I die to a squirrel girl who didn't aim at me. That's not my own lack of skill. Why would I assume that Squirrel Girl's nut that she missed 3 other people with hit me, and then she looked up to hit the Iron Man, missed him, it bounced off this wall, then that wall, then that wall, then hit me and killed me? That's not a lack of skill on my part. It's not, oh, I should have played positioning better. I should have positioned better. It's, fuck me in the ass, dude. I didn't realize that bitch half a football field down could hit me there and still do max damage. She needs some sort of rework, at least to her left click. Or better yet, take her out of the game. Just remove her. Go, maybe this was a problem. We put her files in the trash. Genuinely, it's an issue. It's genuinely an issue, because if it was skillful, if it took skill, and you had to, like, precisely line up these shots, like the penny mine lineups. If I get hit by penny mine lineups, not where they walk to the front door and they put them there, but they just boop, 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 boop from 10 miles away in the sky, if that took the same level of skill as that to perfectly put it there, I wouldn't be as mad. I'd be like, God damn, let's go dive that bitch. Let's go dive the hairy-ass bitch back there. But no, it doesn't take skill. They're not lining things up on purpose. They're going, I might shoot around here. I saw a video recently showing some lineups. That is the only video I've shown showing lineups, and it was a video hating her. They were like, I hate this fucking bitch. Here's why. You can do this. And you can stand here and do this. And, like, that was the only ever video I've seen that shows a Squirrel Girl lineup instead of just Squirrel Girl aimlessly pressing left click near or around her team from half a football field away, because that's where you're safe. It's stupid. My next one, they need to rework Jeff's ult. I think Jeff's ult is good. It's fun. It was creative when the game came out, but if they're going to keep doing what they've been doing, it doesn't work. They gave it a puddle, which means they want you to use it with your team, but the voice line triggers then, and people are going to be prepared for it. The amount of characters in this game that can escape a Jeff ult is higher than the amount who can't. If I'm playing against Luna Invis, that's the only time when I'm guaranteed to get one support, because Luna cannot escape it. If I center it on Luna, she cannot get out. If I center it on Invis, there's a chance she can get out, but it's unlikely. Loki can escape. Everybody else in the game has some sort of escape. And all the characters they've been releasing, Gambit can escape, Rogue can escape, Deadpool can escape, Elsa can escape. I'm not saying it should be like instantly grab everybody, but it should have some sort of thing to make it better, or just change the ultimate. Because as much as I love being a war hero, Jeff's my support of choice because I'm not very good on support. As much as I love being a war criminal, it's like you can barely grab anybody, and even if you grab people, I end up dying to grab them more often than not. What I have seen, though, and what I need to get better at, because I haven't played Jeff in a while, or at least not long enough to get ult and use it like this, is using Jeff ult to counter theirs and save your team. The only times I've ever successfully done this got me killed, and now my team is on one support and they die anyways and we lose the fight regardless, right? So what is the point? It needs some sort of rework or buff or just change at all, because unless you do the 100-meter Jeff ult, I am guaranteed to hit nobody. Well, yeah, actually, I'll say that. I was going to say ults aren't supposed to guarantee a kill, but you know what? I am guaranteed to hit nobody. And even after hitting somebody with it, there's a very good chance that I die. And then you have ults like Star-Lord or Wolverine, where you can farm them up super fast, Punisher ult, Psylocke ult, and you're damn near guaranteed a kill. Just for pressing Q. So why is my fuck-ass Shark not guaranteed at least a grab? Like, if that's how you're going to balance it, why this and not this? This needs to change, or it needs to get better. I hate being caught in a Jeff ult, but for the most part, if you're caught in a Jeff ult, it is a skill diff. unless Jeff is comboing. Even when Jeff combos, actually, Jeff combos with Angela or Groot, a lot of characters can still just avoid it. It's not like it is super hard to do. Most characters have some CC immunity or bubble, and if you're playing against Jeff and they're doing Groot Jeff combos, you're going to switch to characters that have that. So yeah, fuck it. It's really bitch ass stupid. And that may just be, oh, the diamond player talking, but like, the majority of the player base is in lower ranks, so that's the part, like, that's the majority of your player base is there. It needs to be balanced for both ends. Which needs to be balanced for both ends brings me to my very last one. Mr. Fantastic should just be a tank at this point. Just make him a tank. Don't change his core gameplay loop. Don't change his health. Change his util. Right? So when he grabs somebody, he gives them both 25 shield. That's negligible. It burns off super quickly. It doesn't help them at all. 25 extra health isn't going to help you against Punisher or Mag or Psylocke or Star-Lord. That 25 extra health doesn't really do anything. The slowdown is useful on his opponents, but the shield isn't super useful. So if he uses it on his teammate, make that do something. Maybe it's damage resistance like Thing, and then Mr. Fantastic Thing could be a great tank combo because they can pass around damage resistance really well. Or you make it so it gives 50 bonus health to everyone in an area, where still the 50 bonus health isn't going to save you against dive or save you against the enemy poke, but it's going to be helpful. It's going to be darn tootin' helpful against a lot of the stuff that happens, especially against if a lot of people in the area have it and you play clumped like that. I've said it before, I'll say it again. His refrigerator mode, stretch him out, double the health, and then rework the shot out, so that way you just use it as a shield, and then he's an actual tank, and he gets his value by increasing his health, and he sustains by the one-time heal of the 300, the one-time 350 health heal, then when he pops up to 700 health. Genuinely, I think that's the best way to do it. Genuinely, those are my opinions on how to make him a tank. Give him utility for his team by stretching him out and fixing his E. And then, you know what? I think that's fine. He would probably be the best tank in low ranks. I just said you need to balance it for both ends, but he sucks the higher up you get, which is a problem because I really wanted to be a Mr. Fantastic main when he came out. God, I love the Fantastic Four. I was going to say top 3 superheroes of all time. It's my third favorite set of comic characters. Like, if I have to rank, if I'm picking up books, it's Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, and even right now, Doctor Strange is giving Spider-Man a run for my money. It's Spider-Man. Doctor Strange is giving Spider-Man a run for his money just because I'm just in that phase. I'm just in that mood right now. But, like, I so badly wanted to main Mr. Fantastic and Thing because I was like, Mr. Fantastic is going to be a tank hybrid. That's so cool. But he doesn't share any of his resources or any of his stuff with his team. At least Thing shares it with his team by making the enemy vulnerable, or by giving the damage resistance to multiple people, grounding the enemy so they can't move, which helps against people trying to get in your backline. Mr. Fantastic doesn't help his team. In all my time that I've played him, which I know is not much, but all the times I've seen other people play him, he is a high sustain DPS, does not do a lot of damage. So if you're in a damage rush, you don't play Mr. Fantastic. He doesn't share his survivability with his team, so if you're in a survivability rush, you're just better off playing 2 tanks. It's not like playing one tank Mr. Fantastic increases your damage, because Strange Mag do more damage. If you go Strange Mag as your team comp, you do more damage. Most of the tank roster can do more damage, especially single target damage to Fantastic. If you do, and I know he can hit the entire team, but that's not super helpful, especially when you have characters like Cloak and Dagger who just heal it back up with 2 shots and then it hits everybody in the AoE, or Luna has Snowflake to heal somebody else, heals it up super fast. Loki is AoE. Gambit has 3 cards that shoot out and they pierce enemies if they're at full health, so you heal that up super fast. Like, the healing in this game is so strong, it's just kind of feeding support ults, in my opinion. Whenever I play him and whenever I have him played against me, he's never really a threat, especially in the damage range. So he's not really a DPS. He doesn't help his team like a tank would. He's just super survivable. He survives a long time. If we're playing to sustain point and like overtime, I really like him because him and Venom will stay there for a while and let me portal back as Strange. But for the most part, he does not share his survivability with the team like Strange's shield does, or Mag's shield does, or Emma's diamond form even. And that does things. Grounded form, damage resistance, and vulnerability helps with that. Venom, the other tanks just do it by getting kills and displacing them, but it just doesn't help his team very much. At least in my opinion, I think they should just make him a tank, keep the core gameplay loop the same, but make him help his entire team, make his fridge form, and make that a shield. Maybe you make it infinite health on a shield, and it's got a bar like Rose, so the more damage you take, the more damage it goes out, so that way it doesn't get broken instantly. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think these are hot takes, or do you think they are very cold takes? Very, very cold takes. Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much.